no worries, no worries. So, guys, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. So, for those who never came home, is to be out on April 21. So, would you like to tell me a bit about the songwriting and production behind this new upcoming album?
Yeah, want to start, Steve?
Sure.
With how everything got started.
So the it kind of started over a few years. It's been a kind of a long trajectory. Some of the songs on the album were written as far back as 2014. They were just pieces of riffs that I had and previous actually iterations even of the band that were around before, and then it kind of went on a hiatus for a bit, and then I kind of brought it back after. So it started with that for a few of the songs. Like Still Sleep is a good example. The final track, like that's probably one of the oldest riffs. And then some of the opening songs were some of the most recently composed that we made, and those were more of a collaborative effort, especially like just in the song composure and structure and things like that. I can also say, well, Mike can say primarily from like the lyric perspective, like a lot of the stuff was written by him when he was kind of going through different things, or especially like we lost a good friend of ours that inspired the track Brotherhood, which he kind of wrote about and kind of reflected his feelings there. And yeah, that was kind of like the main factors that really went into doing the album were just a long period of time and just a lot of effort over that time.
Fantastic, fantastic. And any particular theme or a concept that this album was completely focused on, or is just general topics that you just put together?
So this was all put together, just going through all just different emotions that I was feeling at the time. Uh, so the picture for the actual album artwork, it was taken as like a broken down house, supposed to resembling like anybody that was, or my best friend that was supposed to come home. He was out on a motorcycle and he was going home, and somebody hit him, and it just kind of just the song hit a new meaning when I already had lyrics written for Brotherhood. I just threw everything out the window and then just started anew, and just I knew exactly what my buddy Ryan would have liked, because I know he liked heavy music, so I knew this song would fit perfectly for him.
And talking about the album, each song done beautifully done, great songwriting, amazing musicianship, the progression, the vocals, the arrangement, everything was perfectly done. So thank you so much for doing an amazing album this year. And as
Thank you.
and as a creator, what are your thoughts on this album? And how do you feel about the outcome?
Honestly, I feel great. It was a long road to try and get this whole process going. But when we found our bass player, Jake, all the pieces just kind of fit together, and it was almost seamless just to try and get all the music going together, and everything just kind of flowed once we had that final piece, and all the music that we had going, just it all came together no problem, especially nearing the end right before we went to go record. Everything just flowed perfect. And then when we went to go record in the studio, all everything was done, and then I actually had to wait because COVID happened and kind of slowed everything down.
I can say for myself too, like it was like Mike said, everything was going very smooth. Like we actually recorded a lot of this stuff at the end of 2019, early 2020. So it was waiting for a long period of time. And then we once COVID happened, we delayed with the vocals and stuff like that. And I actually moved away too. So then we were kind of unsure of what was going to happen with the band, right? Like, what are we even doing with this? Like, are we going to finish it and that kind of thing? But we decided we wanted to finish it and get it out. And then by the time that we had done that and we had decided on album artwork, you do all the other stuff that comes with making an album. I turned out that I was going to be moving back home. So I moved back, and then at that point we were kind of like, we wanted to take a little bit more of a serious approach with the album, because we had released music in the past and nobody really hears about it, right? Because it just gets lost in the ether of the millions and millions of songs that are always released. So with this, we wanted to kind of try a different approach of, getting it out to people like yourself who can hear it and maybe hopefully share it with a few other people as well that might like it too, right? Because all we wanted to do when we make music is just make some stuff that hopefully other people enjoy as well. Like, we enjoy making songs that we kind of like, and that hopefully other people will like that too,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And any plans to come up with an official music video from this album?
So we have one that was released for Brotherhood. It was made by a good buddy of mine, Craig, and I kind of just let him flow with everything, and the meaning or the video presence of it just it blew us away. Just even with it being our very first one, it was great. We actually do have another lyric video coming out, which will be our
February 15th.
Yeah, February 15th will be our second lyric video coming out, and that are we allowed to say?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think we've actually announced what track is
Okay. Yeah, so February 15th, mark it on the calendars. We do have another single coming out with a lyric video, which we're super stoked on.
Fantastic. Fantastic. And I know the album is almost 3 months away, but do you guys have some kind of plans on the day of the release?
Yep, we're actually trying to get a EP release show going. Hopefully with new merch, some type of physicals. We haven't really decided yet on that, but we will have some type of physicals going with this either CD or cassette or something along those nature. But yeah, we will have a EP release show planned for somewhere around that time, or hopefully that weekend.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Might end up being a little bit later, just the way that it goes, unfortunately. But
And how is the touring looking for you guys in 2023?
I mean, we're all working class guys, all full-time jobs and all that fun stuff. So for us, I mean, unless the offers started pouring in for touring, I can't see it. We're going to be doing as much as we can in Southern Ontario. Like, that's where our hometown is, our home area. Even Northern Ontario, we've always toyed around with the idea, even trying to go out east a little bit. They never get love out there, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, things like that. And kind of doing some sort of run like that, but that might be for the summer, and there'd be some planning involved in that too. So, and we'd have to, like, that would be the thing, like, we'd have to take vacation to go on tour, kind of thing, right, from our jobs. So, really, I think that we're going to be probably a little more picky with some of our shows, but overall, we're really looking to get out there for the most part and play as many as we can with some solid crowds, with some good lineups of other bands and things like that. So
Fantastic. And any plans to take it out of Canada, to take somewhere out to Europe or Asia, South America? So any big plans on that?
I think it would be really cool to do. I think it would really ultimately come down to the right offer would really have to come down to it, right? Because being able to do the right planning and making the financials work and all of that kind of stuff, right? That would be absolutely fantastic, though, because I don't think any of us have even been to those none of us have been over the pond, so to speak, right? So we've been landlocked in North America. So even for us, a big deal would be crossing the border into the United States. That would be, even going and playing shows there would be a big deal for us, because we've really never even broken out of our little kind of ethos, our little small circle here. So
And the band was formed back in 2014. So how has the musical journey been for you guys so far?
Yeah,
I guess this is kind of
yeah, you kind of started it.
it's been very interesting. It's been like Michael and I were actually in a band together in a different band in 2013. So it's even been interesting to see Michael progress as a vocalist from that time in that band. And then I hit him up later in 2017 when I kind of tried to revive everything. But no, for me it's really cool. I had never I had always wanted to release an EP and have an album out of our music, because I've been in many bands before where you make a whole set list of songs and then you never get your stuff together and you don't record anything and you have nothing to kind of show people and be like, yeah, this is what I do on my free time. Like, check it out. Like, look at the stuff that I've made. Right. And even sometimes in a live setting, it doesn't translate. It's too loud. The sound's bad, whatever the case it is. So really a recording is the best way to do that. So to see the band where heck, we recorded our first 2014 EP by ourselves and got our buddy to mix it. And it was just, it's night and day comparison in the quality and just, it's just absolute pride in being able to do that. Even if other people didn't like the music, which I completely understand because it's definitely abrasive to some, it's just so cool to actually have it out for the world and to be like, yeah, oh yeah, my band, yeah, just check it out, just type it in on Spotify or Apple Music or Amazon or literally wherever you listen to music, you can go find it. So
And any highlight moments that you want to share with me today?
I mean, I think we played some pretty sick, some sweet shows. Shows are always the highlight for us. Like we enjoy playing music live. That is the and let us know. I don't know how the sound is, if you can still hear us, if the mic's a little farther away. Yeah, okay, cool.
Very good.
Like I would say, I don't know if you agree, like that we played a show, this is going back now 3-4 years ago almost, because really the band was on hiatus from 2020 onward until basically we played our first show December. That was our first show back, really. So, and now it's like us getting to start back up because I've moved back into the area. So I think that Battle for the Bill show though was probably our one of our highlight moments. Like we played just one of our absolutely, I think our most our not only a set that we said was good, but everyone else said was fantastic.
Yeah, with especially with that Battle of the Bill, we are trying to get on to just to a local festival here. And it was luck of the draw, and we came out strong from the get-go, and everybody loved our music. We had in this little tiny venue had so many people moshing around for us, and like that's not out of the ordinary, but for some reason that show just kind of blew it out of the water. It was great. It was such a fun time.
And the funny thing about this memory too is like if you remember too, like all the people that were moshing, they didn't come for our band, they came for other bands, and they came for the band that played before us, and they were and they had a huge crowd and they got a ton of people to come out. They actually won, they beat us, but they only beat us by the tiniest margin. Like it actually became like a really difficult decision for the judges to make, which is crazy in hindsight because like they brought out all of these people and we were kind of able to win over the crowd. So we did well enough. They were like, hey, we still want you to play this other, like they offered us like another show that was like opening the festival the night prior. So we still ended up getting onto it really at the end of the day. So yeah, anything to do with like a really good show, I think is always going to be a fantastic memory. Like that's why we do it.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing, guys. And any big dream for the band?
For the band, well, this is just coming from me. Like Stephen was saying, I would absolutely love to go tour out in Eastern Canada, just for the fact that I've heard so many artists and so many bands come back and say this was the best tour that we've ever done. We've done Western Canada, but the crowds out in Eastern Canada are just phenomenal because nobody actually from what I've heard, they don't get many bands out there, or there's not many bands even out there. So when they get a show, they go absolutely nuts at it, and it's just it makes you feel like you're king of the world. It's great. But yeah, that's one of the dreams that I hope that we're able to do as a band. Yeah.
Do I have a dream?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's kind of general, but if I had a dream, it would be that that we make it onto lots of people's workout playlists or their bumping playlists. Like they really that just people like really dig our music. Like it doesn't even have to be a lot of people, just like, you know, a few thousand. If we can inspire or like really make a few thousand people dig our music, I think that's already the goal right there. Like if we reach that, I don't know what my next goal would be. Like I've already hit it at that point. So
Awesome, awesome. And guys, finally, what would be the message that you want to give to the fans and people who are new to Trapped in Thought?
Check us out on any of your streaming podcast or streaming services. We will be having new music come out, I guess, monthly until April. And we will have a I guess a link tree for all of our merch and all that for you able to buy if you're not able to come to a local show, if you're not local. And you will definitely not be disappointed with what you're going to hear for the rest of the EP. I guarantee you that.
well, it's a steep claim, Michael. You have lots of confidence there.
Proud of this music, man.
No, I am too. A message to anybody out there listening. Don't drink and drive. What else? What's another good message? No, but in all seriousness, just the message would be just fucking enjoy it. Just let it rip. And blast it. If you're not blasting it, you're not playing it right. That's it.
Interesting. And Stephen and Michael, I want to thank you guys so much for giving me today this wonderful opportunity to have you guys on the show. And it's a real pleasure to listen to the new album. All great songs, beautiful work, and I totally enjoy the music. Thank you so much again for that, and hope to see you guys on the road soon. And looking forward for more great news and music from you guys. Thank you so much again.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care of.
Thanks for having us on.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.